Joe. Oh, morning, neighbor, morning. Morning, neighbor, morning. Morning, neighbor, morning. I don't want your conniving morning. Morning, neighbor, morning. Morning, neighbor, morning. Morning, neighbor, morning. You can keep your conniving morning. When you been a corrupong, you not been tell me morning. No, because your money done, you come with conniving morning. When you had your pocket full, you not been tell me morning. No, because your money done, you hustle for tell me morning. Morning, neighbor, morning. Morning, neighbor, morning. Morning, neighbor, morning. I don't want your conniving morning. Neighbor, neighbor, Joe come. Neighbor, neighbor, Joe come. Neighbor, neighbor, Joe come. This is all the money that me work for. A £2 note and a guilar piece. A £2 note and a guilar piece. A £2 note and a guilar piece. This is all the money that me work for. Morning, neighbor, morning. Morning, neighbor, morning. Morning, neighbor, morning. I don't want your conniving morning. Oh, Joseph, pour me. Oh, Joseph, pour me. Oh, Joseph, pour me. What we could do with a guitar piece? One bunch queen plantain, one string quacquari, one Jill black pepper. All you could do with a guitar piece. Morning, neighbor, morning. Morning, neighbor, morning. Morning, neighbor, morning. I don't want your conniving morning. When you been a corrupong, and I've been tell me morning. Now because your money done, you come with conniving morning. When you had your pocket full, you know been tell me morning. Now because your money done, you hustle for tell me morning. Morning, neighbor, morning. Morning, neighbor, morning. Morning, neighbor, morning. I don't want your conniving morning. Morning, neighbor, morning. Morning, neighbor, morning. Morning, neighbor, morning. You can keep your conniving morning. Neighbor Joe, neighbor Joe, neighbor Joe. Oh, morning, neighbor, morning. Morning, neighbor, morning. Morning, neighbor, morning. I don't want your conniving morning. Morning, neighbor, morning. Morning, neighbor, morning. Morning, neighbor, morning. You can keep your conniving morning. When you been a corrupong, you not been tell me morning. No, because your money done, you come with conniving morning. When you had your pocket full, you not been tell me morning. No, because your money done, you hustle for tell me morning. Morning, neighbor, morning. Morning, neighbor, morning. Morning, neighbor, morning. I don't want your conniving morning. Neighbor, neighbor, Joe come. Neighbor, neighbor, Joe come. Neighbor, neighbor, Joe come. This is all the money that me work for. A £2 note and a guilar piece. A £2 note and a guilar piece. A £2 note and a guilar piece. This is all the money that me work for. Morning, neighbor, morning. Morning, neighbor, morning. Morning, neighbor, morning. I don't want your conniving morning. Oh, Joseph, pour me. Oh, Joseph, pour me. Oh, Joseph, pour me. What we could do with a guitar piece? One bunch queen plantain, one string quacquari, one Jill black pepper. All you could do with a guitar piece. Morning, neighbor, morning. Morning, neighbor, morning. Morning, neighbor, morning. I don't want your conniving morning. When you been a corrupong, and I've been tell me morning. Now because your money done, you come with conniving morning. When you had your pocket full, you know been tell me morning. Now because your money done, you hustle for tell me morning. Morning, neighbor, morning. Morning, neighbor, morning. Morning, neighbor, morning. I don't want your conniving morning. Morning, neighbor, morning. Morning, neighbor, morning. Morning, neighbor, morning. You can keep your conniving morning. Joe, neighbor Joe, neighbor Joe. Oh, morning, neighbor, morning, morning, neighbor, morning, morning, neighbor, morning. I don't want your conniving morning, morning, neighbor, morning. Morning, neighbor, morning, morning, neighbor, morning. You can keep your conniving morning. When you been a corrupong, you not been tell me morning. No, because your money done, you come with conniving morning. When you had your pocket full, you not been tell me morning. No, because your money done, you hustle for tell me morning. Morning, neighbor, morning, morning, neighbor, morning, morning, neighbor, morning. I don't want your conniving morning. Neighbor, neighbor, Joe, come. Neighbor, neighbor, Joe, come. Neighbor, neighbor, Joe, come. This all the money that me work for. A 2 pound a note and a gilla piece. A 2 pound a note and a gilla piece. A 2 pound a note and a gilla piece. This all the money that me work for. Morning, neighbor, morning. Morning, neighbor, morning. Morning, neighbor, morning. I don't want your conniving morning. Oh, Joseph, pour me. Oh, Joseph, pour me. Oh, Joseph, pour me. What we could do with a gilla piece? 1 bunch queen plantain, 1 string quacquari, 1 Jill black pepper. All you could do with a gilla piece. Morning, neighbor, morning. Morning, neighbor, morning. Morning, neighbor, morning. I don't want your conniving morning. When you been a corrupong, you not been tell me morning. Now because your money done, you come with conniving morning. When you had your pocket full, you not been tell me morning. Now because your money done, you hustle for tell me morning. Morning, neighbor, morning. Morning, neighbor, morning. Morning, neighbor, morning. I don't want your conniving morning. Morning, neighbor, morning. Morning, neighbor, morning. Morning, neighbor, morning. You can keep your conniving morning. Neighbor Joe, neighbor Joe, neighbor Joe. Oh, morning, neighbor, morning, morning, neighbor, morning, morning, neighbor, morning. I don't want your conniving morning. Morning, neighbor, morning, morning, neighbor, morning, morning, neighbor, morning. You can keep your conniving morning. When you been a corrupong, you not been tell me morning. No, because your money done, you come with conniving morning. When you had your pocket full, you not been tell me morning. No, because your money done, you hustle for tell me morning. Morning, neighbor, morning. Morning, neighbor, morning. Morning, neighbor, morning. I don't want your conniving morning. Neighbor, neighbor, Joe, come. Neighbor, neighbor, Joe, come. Neighbor, neighbor, Joe, come. This all the money that me work for. A 2 pound a note and a gilla piece. A 2 pound a note and a gilla piece. A 2 pound a note and a gilla piece. This all the money that me work for. Morning, neighbor, morning. Morning, neighbor, morning. Morning, neighbor, morning. I don't want your conniving morning. Oh, Joseph, pour me. Oh, Joseph, pour me. Oh, Joseph, pour me. What we could do with a gilla piece? 1 bunch queen plantain, 1 string quacquari, 1 Jill black pepper. All you could do with a gilla piece. Morning, neighbor, morning. Morning, neighbor, morning. Morning, neighbor, morning. I don't want your conniving morning. When you been a corrupong, you not been tell me morning. Now because your money done, you come with conniving morning. When you had your pocket full, you not been tell me morning. Now because your money done, you hustle for tell me morning. Morning, neighbor, morning. morning, neighbor, morning, morning, neighbor, morning. I don't want your conniving morning, morning, neighbor, morning, morning, neighbor, morning, morning, neighbor, morning. You can keep your conniving morning. Neighbor Joe, neighbor Joe, neighbor Joe. Oh, morning, neighbor, morning, morning, neighbor, morning, morning, neighbor, morning. I don't want your conniving morning, morning, neighbor, morning, morning, neighbor, morning, morning, neighbor, morning. You can keep your conniving morning. When you been a corrupong, you now been tell me morning. No, because your money done, you come with conniving morning. When you had your pocket full, you now been tell me morning. No, because your money done, you hustle for tell me morning. Morning, neighbor, morning, morning, neighbor, morning, morning, neighbor, morning. I don't want your conniving morning. Neighbor, neighbor, Joe come. Neighbor, neighbor, Joe come. Neighbor, neighbor, Joe come. This all the money that me work for. A 2 pound a note and a gilla piece. A 2 pound a note and a gilla piece. A 2 pound a note and a gilla piece. This all the money that me work for. Morning, neighbor, morning. Morning, neighbor, morning. Morning, neighbor, morning. I don't want your conniving morning. Oh, Joseph, pour me. Oh, Joseph, pour me. Oh, Joseph, pour me. What we could do with a gilda piece? 1 bunch queen planting, 1 string quacquari.
We are a peaceful people, struggle as we struggle, and we don't look for trouble, just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign places talk about taking over, we ain't backing down. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. This land is all I know. We're gonna make it somehow. We will bend like a bow, but never break. Our fathers came here, and they lived and died here, and we ain't moving nowhere, make no mistake. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass.
We love the open county of the Rupununi and the Essequibo, daytime or night. Though we may criticize it, this is our home, we love it, and we need to keep it. We have that right.
We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river
This is Quincy Anderson. You know I love my country. There's no other country better than mine. Welcome to Guyana, land of 6 races, 6 different faces, and we all live in love. Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. Got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources. We don't need no forces, cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil too. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. Hey, hey, Guyana is nice, Guyana is fun, Guyana is clean, Guyana is green, Guyana got oil, Guyana got gold, Guyana got young and Guyana got old. I ain't talking no more. Guyana got things, we growing wings and developing things. The government real and that's a big deal. I'm singing from my heart, Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. Welcome to Guyana, land of 6 races, 6 different faces, and we all live in love. Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. Got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources. We don't need no forces, cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil too. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I...
Good morning to all our viewers. Welcome to another episode of Livewire. It is the 13th of May as we roll through 2024. Lots of things to discuss this morning, so I'm really glad that you guys could join us on the live. We are coming to you from some new locations. Morning to all the persons joining us on TikTok this morning. Yes, people, we live on TikTok this morning as well. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Facebook, and we want to get you on whichever platform you want to ensure that you get the information, get the message, and you understand clearly what's happening in the country. Factual, that is, not misinformation. We don't want to try and spread misinformation here, right? So for the people joining us on TikTok, you guys will not be able to actually see the presentation on screen, but you'll be able to hear and you'll be able to hear and, you know, deduce sense from nonsense. Morning to all the persons joining us on the live. Morning to the persons who roll in that we 2 minutes late after 8.
No, normal.
Okay, so, okay. Let me see. Somebody told me they're not hearing anything. I didn't see anybody else complaining about that in the chat. So I'm guessing that's an issue that user was having. Hopefully it's resolved. Let me know if you're seeing and hearing me clearly now as we get into today's content. Again, morning to all the persons across the 10 administrative regions of Guyana, and morning to the persons across the diaspora as well. So we have Derek Drupal tuned in on the live already. Kishma Jaikaran joining us from NYC. Mind you, again, guys, if you're tuning in, we're live on TikTok, we're live on Facebook, we're live on YouTube. And you guys can follow all the pages, Livewire TV on YouTube, Livewire News, and people like and follow the pages as well. Share so other persons can get involved. Ram Narain Singh, morning to you from New York City. Veena Ram Karan, morning to you. Neil Ram Lukan, joining us from NYC as well, wanting to find out what is going on with the teachers' strike. Rahim Amarali, morning to you. And happy Mother's Day to all the Livewire mothers. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers across the country and around the world. You women do a task that you can never be repaid for. So happy Mother's Day to you all, and I hope you all, trust you all had a wonderful day. Harry Singh, morning to you. Alan Khan, morning to you. Anthony Wong joining us from France. Sherry Ramdai joining us from France as well. Pam Singh, morning to you and Trevor. Naren Singh, morning to you. Ramesh Prasad, Deshaun Abrams, morning to you and the family. Joan Abidjan joining us from Canada. Chitra Sukraj, morning to you. Saliram Gimo, morning to you. Sherwin Siram Mohammed Isaf John Ragnath, morning to you. John joining us from Pennsylvania. Special good morning to Councillor Stephanie Nelson Moore, joining us on the live this morning. And again, morning to all the persons on TikTok joining us on the live for the very first time. We're happy to have you guys here, and we'll keep working on making this live broadcast, of the same quality as we have on Facebook and YouTube. So welcome to all our TikTok viewers this morning. Edward Budu, Faisal Ghani, Nadia, morning to you. Data Nandalal, Dale Henry Jagdio, Lance Henry, Jasmine Baldio, Margaret Charles, Ronald Martindale, Pasad Patti, Omar Sharif, Richard Stanislaus, Jamila Kayum, Tracy Martindale, Krista Kurpasad, Marlon Arain, Safo Diabru, Philip Diabru, okay, Carl Thomas, Shakila Bridgelal, Maureen Razio, Soma Bipat, Michael, Indira, Mukesh Vishnudat, morning to you. Ann Hill, Narain Panchu, morning to you. Jean Cornelius, Mazu Inchan, Eddie Ramnot, good morning to you. Alicia Duggan, good morning to you as well, and happy Mother's Day belatedly to you. Lily Prashad, morning to you. Sunil Raghubir, good morning to you. Sunil Raghubir. Grace Hamilton from TikTok, morning to you. And Linda Fernandez from TikTok, morning to you. Tulsi Ramchetty, morning to you. Keith Benjamin. Akani Blair joining us from Linden, good morning to you. Gil Ian. Miss Bob from Maka, morning to you. Yeah, so I see people telling me the audio good here. I had scrolled up in the chat, so I didn't see you guys here. Michael, Jasoda Bodram, Roslyn Sukra, morning, everybody. Shafiq, morning to you. Leroy Mangal joining us. Hilton Sue, Leslie Mongol joining us as well. Sir Vishnu, good morning to you. Anthony Ryan, morning to you, joining us from Suriname. None other than Marisha Sami on the live. Pick up yourself. Corinne Declue, morning to you. Who else we got here? Teresa Shavir, morning to you. Christina Bisram, morning to you. Tanya Mahabir, morning to you. Hope we have wonderful weather this week. Please let us know in the forecast. Lisa Williams, morning as well. Anyway, people, let's get into it. Sister Rampasad, morning. So this morning, I had a very quiet weekend, and there didn't have much happening. We had some posts coming out to the other side, and I said I wasn't going to comment on it over the weekend. I'll take the time to deal with it here when we meet. on Monday morning, this morning, right? So the first thing I wanted to share with people, and I might have to, I gotta work out this TikTok thing so they actually seeing what's on the screen, because the people on TikTok, they can't see what I'm gonna be sharing with y'all here. Anyway, so this is the first thing that jumped out at me over the weekend, that I saw, and I said I can't go past this morning without commenting on this. And I often say it's funny how when people are out of a position to actually do something for you, they have the most recommendations. Shannon Accra, thank you for the follow on TikTok. They have all the solutions to offer you. They have all the solutions to offer you. So when the former administration was in office, they didn't have a solution for teachers. They have one now. They didn't have a solution for infrastructure. They have one now. They didn't have a solution for the economy. They have one now. They didn't have a solution for education. They have one now. They didn't have a solution for the healthcare system, but they have one now. So I saw this flyer, making it easy for you to own or rent your own home, right? And as far as I could remember, Guyanese have been wanting to own or rent their own home since they become 18. You understand? Guyanese want their own home. So I was wondering, when did the personnel at Congress Place realize this? Now, for the persons on TikTok who are not seeing, we're looking at a 5-point, you could say a 5-point plan or a 5-point suggestion on how persons could become homeowners in Guyana, right? Under the PNC, if they are elected to office, God forbid. Now, the first thing we're looking at is faster construction of homes with adequate space. The APNU government will hire a large workforce and use better methods to speed up construction. Now, people, what happened to 2015 to 2020? Nobody didn't want their homes constructed faster and with adequate space. Do y'all remember Aubrey Norton talking about chicken coops at Providence? Passing and seeing a bunch of chicken coops. Aubrey Norton said this himself. I pass and I see a bunch of chicken coops. Y'all remember that Aubrey Norton had to be reminded that it was his administration who constructed those very small homes. Where was the large workforce that they're talking about now? You understand me? So the chicken coops Aubrey Norton spoke about were constructed by the APNU AFC. Now they're coming to tell persons, and mind you, they didn't have to clear the land or do infrastructure work, because the administration before David Granger, the Ramutara administration, had those things in place. So all they had to do was to construct some homes. And those were the homes that they constructed, the chicken coops. Aubrey Norton said to himself. And I think it was Minister Rodriguez had to come and clear the air and make it known that those homes were not constructed under any PVPC administration. Right? So this is how they tend to want to pretend like they have these grandiose ideas, and they're coming to make things so much better when the time was there for that. No action from these people. And mind you, Aubrey Norton was a part of the administration. He may have been a junior functionary. He may have been a junior functionary, but he could have suggested this to them. But you're not going to get that from Aubrey Norton. The next point on this PNC making it easy for you to own or rent your home plan, faster processing of applications for lots and houses. The APNU government will use more staff and computers to reduce the long backlog and delays. Now, people, listen to me here, what I'm trying to show you. You could got the most staff, you could got all the computers, Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, whoever else building computers are in around technology. You could have all the computers they have. But if you don't have the land, if you don't prepare the land and the infrastructure, right? All the computers and the staff can't clear up a backlog. Because if you don't have the land to give people where they're going. You understand? Where they're going. So even in their plan to process applications faster for lots and houses, there's nothing about speeding up the creation of schemes, the creation of or the creation of several schemes to create space for lots and houses. So even in their plan, they're lacking some of the fundamental things to execute the plan. Right? Now, let's go to rent-to-own homes with little of no down payment. I really want to see. Remember the false prophet want to see certificates and done, so this I can't read. I said both sign is Dembo and blah. False prophet don't see this. They didn't send this flyer to the false prophet for him to review. Rent-to-own homes with little of no down payment. I didn't even notice that when I download this thing to show it to y'all. There's no actual reading through it. Little of no down payment. Anyway, these are make mistakes. APNU government will view your monthly rent as installment payments on your house. So if I rent in a room for 8,000 a week, right? Listen, I don't know how this rent to own scheme will work and when you're going to pay. What happens if people can't pay? The government will take back the house lot from them. How does it work? Right, Chris Corpusat, I know Risedale went to Hills. I thought they boycotting the place. Right? Now, from the rent to own homes, right? From the rent to own homes, we got the government, well, we got the PNC suggesting that their next plan is rent assistance. Now, over 30,000 households pay over 30% according to the APNU numbers. And you already know it's work with their numbers. Sherwin, Beacon, morning to you. Shakila Khan, morning to you. Right? So over 30,000 households pay over 30% of their monthly income in rent. We will help them pay their rent. That's how comprehensive these plans get. That's how comprehensive these plans get. Right? Mortgage assistance. We will ease the burden on families by providing allowance and subsidies. People, this is not the same persons who said cash grant, cash grant, cash grant, cash grant, cash grant, cash grant. These is not the same people who said the government turning Guyana into this handout state. So when you say we will ease the burden on families by providing allowance and subsidies, what is the cash grant? What's the cement and steel subsidy? I'm trying to understand. So you planning to do what the government already doing and that gonna make people feel better? I'm trying to understand, man. You're trying to do what the government is already doing and that's supposed to make people feel better? Sadly, it's disappointing. It's disappointing. So you guys actually see here what you can expect from a PNC, AP, and UAFC government. most of the things here, Taras Brian, morning to you. Most of the things here you're already getting from this government, right? The government is now trying to clear the backlog by creating space for house lots and dealing with from 2019 and prior to clear the backlog, right? So the government is not going to be, this Irfanali-led administration is not going to be depending on computers and staff. You have to actually find place to put persons, a space for them to call a house lot, for them to construct a home. All the staff and the computers in the world, Aubrey, won't help you. It won't help you. I'm saying I could take the day and they still ain't gonna understand. Right? Now, I wanted to go to some videos here that I saw as well. I want to show you the duplicity of the, according to the APNU, the president is waiting. The president that shall wait for a long time. Right? Look at this here. Look at this madness here.
Across this country, quietly message you and tell you what is happening.
Let's start from the beginning. Let's start from the beginning.
Many workers, not only in the Chronicle, all across this country, quietly message you and tell you what is happening. How is it you think we knew that the PPP was going to tell the police not to wear uniform and put policemen to guard?
Now, here's something. Aubrey Norton is claiming that him knowing police is wear plain clothes and do the duties is some kind of special information. That's happened at Christmas too, sir. The police is put on plain clothes and go out on the road and do the duties. Right? Again, Aubrey Norton comes here and lies to people or goes on his platform and lie, playing a clip. The Congress of the People's Progressive Party, they had a whole team dealing with security. So even if police were there to either ensure the smooth flow of traffic outside of the place that was rented to host the event, you understand? Is it not the police's job to protect and serve? The reason why y'all can't have police at y'all Congress because y'all be shooting up the place and the police gonna lock up somebody there. So y'all don't invite them. But Aubrey Norton, if you're saying that you would have written to the police requesting that the PNC Congress have police there and they refuse, I would understand what you're saying. But based on what you're saying here, no, you're making no sense. The police is their job to protect and serve. The police, in the execution of their operations, would tend to wear plain clothes. Sometimes CID ranks don't wear uniforms. So what is it that you're not understanding, brother? Morning to all the people joining us on the TikTok there. Give me a like and a share. I think TikTok will share too.
The delegates at Enterprise and at Graham Hall. It is ordinary policemen who would call you or message you and say this is happening. Similarly, workers at Chronicle, workers at NCN.
So now Aubrey Norton know about workers at Chronicle and workers at NCN. Where was Aubrey Norton to stand in defense of this work at NCN? Where, now imagine these police doing allegedly, because he said that they get put out there in plain clothes. I don't know. I didn't see. I don't know. I'm going off what Aubrey Norton said. And Aubrey Norton just said to us that workers from Chronicle and NCN complaining to him. Where was Aubrey Norton to defend this young lady here that worked at NCN and was literally driven out of NCN because mind you, this young lady did what was natural. She did what the Lord put her on the earth to do, go forward and multiply. You understand? So that is the selective outrage that is often exhibited by these PNC personnel. TikTok, I really got to get y'all on the screen because, I mean, y'all know what I'm talking about. I just seem like a rambling here. Right? I got to probably... Anyway, I can work this out for tomorrow's broadcast, TikTok. We got set y'all up. So where was Aubrey Norton to defend this NCN staffer? Mind you, this story here, and before the says from Chronicle or some media outlet sympathetic with the PVP, this is Demerara Waves. This is Dennis Shibral writing this story. This is a balanced reporter, or what some may consider a balanced media outlet. Nobody didn't call you and complain about this young lady here being taken off of the anchoring of the news because of her pregnancy. You understand me? And even Dennis tried to spin it here. If she wasn't taken off because of her pregnancy, right? What's the other reason? What was the other reason, Dennis? I remember this young lady on social media fighting for her rights. And she was eventually forced out of NCN. She was forced out of NCN. And I even think the CEO who forced her out ended up getting knocked off too. You understand me? That's how serious it was. So Aubrey, when the Chronicle people calling you, allegedly, and the NCN people calling you, you block out the names, you block out the number, and you screen grab it and show us, because you didn't look out for this NCN staffer. You didn't look out for her.
I will tell you, and even when you look at them when they're doing their work, you know they are under duress. You know it is not a free will. I think many of those.
I'll be watching people and talking about under duress. Whose face could be more under duress than Aubrey Norton? Aubrey is naturally under duress 24/7. Anybody ever been constipated? Like a serious constipation, like little water helping, stool softening helping, nothing. You just plug up. Aubrey, he talking about duress. This reporter here, this anchor was under duress. This anchor was under duress. And watch, look, in Dennis' story here, NCN denies news anchor being taken off air because she's pregnant, says sport editor. With the editor-in-chief, with the CEO. So all the shameness, the people who are actually in charge of the newsroom cannot speak to this matter. Right? The sport editor speaking on it. And Aubrey Norton didn't see this. Aubrey Norton didn't see that. Y'all remember this one? Y'all remember this? Aubrey Norton talking about staff under duress. Staff was really under duress, under the TikTok. Oh gosh, y'all out of the loop. I gotta fix it. But look. Y'all remember this story? And Aubrey Norton talking about people texting he and telling he they are under duress and the this and the that. They had to rein back this one. And if you remember, this is the Black Pudding Man daughter. So the hatred that's in the genetics for certain things, no, the hatred that is in her for certain things, embedded in her genetics, she can't get the out. You understand? Is the man that said only Afro Guyanese could make black pudding, or should make black pudding. So that's to show you the kind of thinking that coming from these people. Where was Aubrey when Tabitha knocked off the public service staff? Wrongfully at that. Wrongfully at that. Aubrey didn't know the people at the public service ministry was under duress under Tabitha. And that's to show you the duplicity of this gentleman here.
At Chronicle, at NCN, given the opportunity, will ask the hard questions to Barra Jack Dill.
Now, mind you, when you compare Dr. Jack Dill's press conference to Aubrey Norton press conference, one thing you must remember, Aubrey Norton still holds his press conference virtually. So if you ask a question Aubrey want to hear, remember the heavy tongue girl that was hollering at the backlands there close to Mocha, where they were squatting illegally? The one who talk, if you talk always like this, you can't understand what you're saying. And I just try to give you a reference. You can't understand what you're saying. Now that young lady, if you remember one in the press conference, Aubrey said, "Hello, you get control of this press conference." When people were asking certain questions. So unlike Dr. Jack Dill, where people actually come and sit down in person and ask questions, you don't have a limitation on questions, or they don't tell you at the General Secretary's press conference, we're only taking questions on the statement. You understand? Wherever you want to ask. That's not the case with Aubrey Norton. Aubrey Norton doesn't go to media that is critical of the opposition. He goes to places where he know that people can give him a chance to talk nonsense. Morning, caller.
Good morning, sir. You know, I feel Aubrey Norton. I feel that guy brains is not working. They should get they should rent a opposition leader from somewhere, because none of them brains are working. I listen to one named James Bond who once said the stupidest of night on the Fedi Kisu.
James Bond coming here tomorrow, sir. James Bond is coming here tomorrow.
And I'm glad if you're going to call it, prove it with him. Thanks a million.
Yeah, man. Right. I saw the Freddie Kassoon interview with James Bond as well. But James Bond will be here tomorrow, and we're going to be asking James Bond some questions. You understand? I felt like Freddie gave James a... I hope you know what you read out change by the day World Cup. Right? We just want to ask questions so we have an understanding of what brought James back. Because James Bond is back. 007 is back. His license to kill has been renewed. I'm talking about the movie version. He doesn't have a license to kill. For y'all here, I said James Bond killing people or anything of the sort. Please, I don't want to be sued. But yeah, James Bond is going to be here tomorrow for a live interview right here on Livewire, and we'll be asking James what brought him back, what he's bringing to the table now, different from before, and you know, what kind of impact he's going to have on this upcoming regional and general elections, right? So that's something for you guys to look forward here to. Tomorrow and later in the week, we should be having Minister Edgell and also Minister Hamilton. Once we can confirm, I'll let you guys let you know here tomorrow. You understand me? But Tabitha, I think this guy was Lennox Cornet or something at NCN at the time. All the bigwigs in the PNC treating the public servants bad. Another point I wanted to make, and it's in relation to these teachers, right? And it is in relation to these teachers. Before I get to that, let me run with this here first. Excuse me. Watch this.
Always been in support of the Allied Teachers Union. We believe the government is callous. We believe that we have committed ourselves to collective bargaining moving forward, and we believe the government should be involved in collective bargaining.
So Aubrey Norton said the government is callous and believe in collective bargaining and all this other stuff. At one point, the administration the administration that Aubrey Norton represented wasn't having it with teachers, right? You could have you could basically said it was they tell teachers haul the ass like Kemra Jamjatan, right? That's what they tell the teachers, haul the ass. And I googled this morning because I wanted to find out when you compare the increases in public servants under the APNU administration. Now, mind you, under the APNU administration, the total percentage of increased salary for teachers was, I think, 28%. They got a 28% increase overall of their salary over the 5-year period. Right? 20 is 28%? Yeah, it is 28%. I calculated it. 28%. Right? They got a 12, a 8, and an 8 from the APNU administration. 28% increase to teachers only. Right? Now, when you compare the Irfan Ali-led administration from 2020 to now, and remind you, they'll have a budget next year. So there'll be an increase at the end of this year. So there'll be something to add to that. Currently, this government has increased the salary of all public servants by 21.5%. Right? By 21.5%. So if the government give 6.5 next year, if they give it 6.5 next year, they will be on par with exactly what the APNU gave to teachers only. They would have given it to more public servants, all public servants. And I must remind you that despite Aubrey Norton saying this here now, we cannot forget the words of Coretta MacDonald.
I want to do it and I don't like to do it, but I have to do it. If we look at what transpired between the PPP government when they were in power and what is transpiring now, remember, we didn't want the 5%. You remember that? Yes. We made noise about it. But with the 5%, we got what? A whole lot of non-salary benefits. You remember? Yes. For the first time in the history of this country, our teachers were able to get clothing allowance, duty-free concession, allowances for additional qualifications. While the PPP government were in power, and I don't want to sound political, but we have to make a comparison because of all the untruths that are happening out there.
Thank you, Coretta, for all the untruths they are peddling out there. I hear she says she want to make it sound political, but it's usually political with her. You understand? So you heard from Coretta MacDonald, and this here is before all the additional non-salary benefits the government has implemented since taking office in 2020. You understand? She was talking under like Ramutar time, because that's Granger time, when Granger didn't want to see she or hear from her. Good morning to the Imam joining us on the live. Morning to Carla Daniels joining us on the live already. Yeah, 2 from Maracaibo, Region 5. So you see what I'm showing you? Aubrey Norton claiming he's supporting strike and this and that and that. If the government gives 6.5 salary increase retroactive in December to all public servants, not just teachers, all public servants, they are directly on par with the coalition government. And mind you, a whole 5 years they had. So what's this big difference? What's this that Coretta MacDonald complaining about? And mind you, more non-salary benefits have been given to teachers, along with a salary increase every year, and like every other public servant. So I'm trying to understand, what is it the teachers are crying out for? I understand that sometimes the price is high in the market, but it's a struggle being faced by every public servant, everybody who's working in the private sector, everyone who's working in the private sector. I showed y'all here last week a teacher in the first world countries where they like to compare the salaries there to here. The lady had what, 6 degrees, over a decade experience, and working 3 jobs, and still can't make ends meet. And I guarantee you, the country that she comes from, the government didn't put all them systems in place, subsidize gas so that she could drive and then pay the increase, ensure the teachers ain't spending money on the pockets on materials, uniform, the housing program that especially tailored to teachers, and webin systems they put in for them to be able to access finances from the bank easier. Morning, caller.
Morning, sir. Can you tell me how much hours for the year a teacher is literally on the job compared to a public servant?
So, could you repeat yourself one more time? Oh, darn, he hung up. I ain't hear what he said. He was talking low. Damn. Oh, man. If y'all hear what he said, just put it in the comments to me. If you hear what he say, put it in the comments. You know, overseas call, I work call back, it's expensive. But I didn't hear the guy properly, but he asked me to compare something. I don't know if you guys heard it because it was closer to the mic. Right? So I don't know why the teachers on the road still. The government has been trying to work with them and, you know, ensure teachers are as comfortable as possible. And that's the thing with the administration. What they're trying to do is raise everybody together. Right? You understand? And listen to something. Thank you. I think that's the point the guy was raised. Thanks, Deshaun. The guy was asking to compare how many hours teachers work a year in comparison to a normal public servant. Nurses, police, doctors, nurses, police, doctors, firemen, prison officers. Prison officers, they don't get 2 months. 2 months, I think it's more than 2 months these people just get. Morning, caller.
Courdel,
Aye.
this strike is political, envious, jealousy, grudgeful. The teachers just trying to be bad-minded. Jealousy, grudgeful.
Don't listen to TV, talk to me. Hello? Anyway, so again, teachers, I'm saying to you, look at what is being done, look at what was done in the past, and when you compare it, you cannot complain. You cannot complain. In the last administration, y'all get, how to explain it? At the end of the day, the government is taking a holistic approach to increasing the salaries of public servants. Teachers, firemen, policemen, soldiers, doctors, nurses, persons working in the ministries. And as I was on the point of the hours, I mean, come on. I think it's almost 3 months a year these people get home with pay. Other public servants got walk through the time. What about the policemen and the soldiers who working through Christmas and the Easter holiday and MASH and all them stuff, do they don't deserve extra? Come on now. Let me be fair. Let us be fair. Teachers have been getting salary increases, non-salary benefits, duty-free allowance. Just the other day, the president met with teachers and announced that the government will put systems in place to make home ownership for them easier. So why pretend like, teachers ain't getting nothing, nobody ain't got no time with teachers? Because of politics. And that is what you're going to get from Coretta McDonald. Because although she said this here that I just played for you, she's going to go on her program on Wednesday night or Thursday night and say something completely different. She's going to go there and say something completely different. Now, people have been asking me to comment on the allegations made against the former Minister of Local Government, Nigel Darnell. My take on that is the police need to do their work and investigate the matter and see where the truth is, where the lies are, and if need be, punish those who either misled the public or those who are involved. I'm wondering why there wasn't any outrage. I shared this post the other day. Not the other day. It had to be a while back on, because this Facebook account that Courdel Jones had some issues and I had created a new one. But I shared the information. I didn't see because I'm in a joint services group for reporters. And last night, I noticed a lot of the reporters were asking the police hierarchy if they got any complaint or report or anything like that, right? I cannot remember any of those reporters reporting on Johnny Welchman, who won his case against Raphael Trotman, right? I didn't see Gordon Mosley, Travis Chase, Nazima Raghuber. Who else asked last? Like, let me think. All of them, right? And that's the duplicity again. So Johnny Welchman, the guy who accused Raphael Trotman of molestation, won his case. And people out here writing book and selling book and all kind of madness. You understand? People out here writing book and selling book and living the best life. What did police do then? How they investigated? What was the outcome from the police? Yeah, they're up on it still. So every single reporter did, but not every single one. Certain reporters, and I only call any names in the main ones, because the other ones they might sue me. Gordon Mosley and Travis Chase, they could take some punches. You understand? And Nazima Raghuber. But those are the persons who led the charge force, and Dennis Shibral. Dennison report on the Johnny Welchman case with Raphael Trotman, the conclusion. Gordon Mosley report on the Johnny Welchman case with Raphael Trotman, the conclusion. You understand? Not the allegation. The conclusion. What was the outcome of the case? You didn't get that from Gordon Mosley or Dennis Shibral or Travis Chase or Nazima Raghuber. None of them reported on it. None of them reported on it. But when given a chance to operate like they want to hang someone without having the full investigation done, like into Mr. Trotman's allegations, they're on the ball with that. They want updates right away. Morning, caller.
Yes, sir. The Darnell case. Everybody watching with Donald Trump. With Donald Trump thing and everybody watching this American system and the American TV with Donald Trump and this woman. He got a woman there, I forget what she named, Daniel something.
Stormy Daniels.
Stormy Daniels. But they don't know that Donald Trump win the force thing against the woman. The woman have to pay Donald Trump $500,000 and she don't have the money.
Yeah, but that's the thing. They don't report though. They want to make Donald Trump look terrible.
If you go to that case and the woman hold Donald Trump right now, so she gone with the liar gone with she with the next level to see if she could get some money. But I'm going to show you something. These allegations, what these people coming up with, and with for staying people, the judge and the thing got to, and the police got to give a good report, investigate this thing properly.
Yeah.
Because when you see they putting a fine on them and the cost, they let it pay the money or they go to jail.
You're right. Absolutely right.
They go to jail because they can't understand them people name like that. They just come up with something. Yes, this thing happened so much wrong, and I see the TikTok lady come and say, man, your date you put was a Sunday. I know if you watch it was a Sunday date you put, and you said this man invite you for a job and that kind of thing.
No, but here, let me discuss it since you called me. Let me ask you a question, right? Now, I am involved in a situation where I felt very uncomfortable. Somebody would have allegedly physically assaulted me because the girl spoke about oral sex and something with the anus and a bunch of stuff, fingering and that kind of thing. On the first occasion, you understand? That happened to me. I touched me up, all kind of thing you do to me. How am I getting into a vehicle with you willingly to go anywhere? Me saying the lady's story and true, but I'm just listening to what she's saying. The first occasion, it was so bad. She was so traumatized. She went home and washed off herself and whatnot. If you are going after your salary, as she said, the ministry owes you some money or something, why not have your lawyers approach the PS about it, about this money that is owed to you? Why would you get into a car with this man that you claim assault you a second time? Right? If she said they were going someplace and then he diverted his home. You take out your phone and start recording a little audio or something, so that when you decide 4 or 5 years later, or 3 years or 4 years later to go to the police or make it public, you got something of substantial to think.
Right, so substantial evidence.
You understand?
Now the second one. This lady said, I listened to her that Damlal went on the bed, naked skin. Well, if this minister went on the former minister went on the bed, the man got to get and she tell him put on his clothes,
Yeah.
This was in false witness. And in the Bible, this is false witness. These people got to get disciplined.
Man, I'm saying the police need to investigate, and whoever is the violator, whoever is the transgressor, need to be punished. I even heard the young ladies talk about mental issues before this incident, so we need to look into that as well to see if there may be an underlying, thing that could cause her to go to these extents, whether if it's untruthful.
Courdel, you didn't see critics put up a picture with she and Lou and she and Manipal?
That too. Could this have been a plan? Could this have been a plan waiting to be executed?
If there's a plan for the next election with the PNC said they're going to run with and who they can win.
Exactly. So this could be something.
This is a plan.
This could have been something that they put together. If they listen to see if Nigel Darmlal makes it into the central committee or the executive or whatever. And then that's when they would have launched all this plan to say, hey, look what this lady's saying here, to tarnish his character. But again, the police need to do an investigation and look at all the information and deal with whoever the culprit is. You understand me? Whoever the culprit is.
It's a well-planned. This thing is a well-planned thing, man. It's a well-planned thing. I don't feel that, man, the guilty of them stupidness. That's just a well-planned thing.
Man, look, The story had some holes to me, and I didn't want to come out as the person who like putting the woman in disrepute or saying she's lying or whatever. So I was just listening. You understand? But thank you for calling, brother.
All right, thanks.
Yeah, so police, y'all investigate this thing. And Travis, Dennis Shibral and Nazima Ragubir, y'all reported in Raphael Trackman case that he used to Johnny Welchman. Uncle Raphael, remember that's what Johnny used to call him. Uncle Raphael. Uncle Raphael, by trouble. What? Why this flash on? What nonsense is this? But yeah, guys. So it's a sad situation. It's a sad situation. Just after the Congress. And you know, somebody told me the other day, as one of my superiors, because I was having a problem with some of my colleagues. And the person said, Courdel, if people know you, or if people keep hearing that you pick up bottle, right? The first time a bottle go missing, it's you to come into. Right? Because it's going to be easy to believe. Because they've heard before that Courdel was accused of picking up bottles. So you got to think about it. The former minister, an accusation was made against him. And mind you, the accuser would have set the record straight in relation to that accusation. Right? The accuser would have set the record straight in relation to that accusation. But think about it. If I want to bring down somebody, not come with the same accusation again, people are more likely to believe something they heard the second time or the third time, whether it's true or not. You understand? So again, allow the people to do their work, and people don't interview you on Sundays. You know, listen. If you're going for the job of RO, as you claim, what are you going to Sunday interview for? You trying to tell me a minister of government visiting the region ain't got money to buy toothbrush and soap and food? I'll tell y'all this here. Hey, my memory. You see Shakila Bridgelal on this live here, the same lady who bring the greens to me, Shakila Bridgelal. And if y'all think a lie, Shakila, a morning, if she's okay with it, I'll bring her and she confirm for y'all. Shakila Bridgelal. When people go to stay at State House in Essequibo here, Shakila Bridgelal is usually contracted to provide meals to the persons there. When ministers or government officials go there to stay. You understand? So, if you're bringing food and toothbrush and this and that and them kind of thing, I mean, it don't seem like you're going to find out about work. It seems very personal. You understand? I'm not saying it happened. The encounter happened. I don't know. I wasn't there, but based on what the woman is saying. You understand? The minister would have some miscellaneous money that would be able to purchase those trivial things, not nothing big and expensive that he can't purchase or his staff can't purchase or whatever. You understand? So, again, let the police do their work. Let us reserve judgment on both sides until this here is resolved. And I don't want to comment much more on it. I'm trying to stay away from it as much as possible, and let us see what is the outcome of that. Listen, thank you all for coming out this morning to the program. As I said before, tomorrow we will be having Mr. James Bond on the live, and we'll be finding out from James what he's been up to, what brought him back, and what exactly he's going to be bringing to the table in relation to the lead up to the 2025 election. You understand? And we got some other questions to James you want to hear from him where his mind is at, and I want to give out more questions here, but James is going to be here tomorrow, and we're going to be asking some more questions, a little more intense, a little more tougher than what Freddie had with you. We got no karaoke over here. Sorry. There gonna be no karaoke over here. But James, tomorrow from 8 to 9, you'll be here. We'll be talking. And I hope to have you guys here with me as we find out what new James is going to be bringing to the PNC. If James thinks he's going to be able to reform the PNC to put them in better standing. And one of the main things, James spoke about political maturity. And I'm asking, anyway, let me leave that for tomorrow. Guys, I want to say to you guys, continue to be good Guyanese. Be safe on the roadways. Look out for those people who aren't looking out for you. Special good morning to all the people joining us on TikTok. We're going to try and sort y'all out better tomorrow. To all the persons joining us on YouTube, Facebook, morning, be safe. Please remember to go out there and like the Livewire news page. It's on Facebook. Also, please subscribe. Follow us on YouTube at Livewire TV. Also, like and share Livewire TV on Facebook. And also on TikTok, Mr. 592. The lives will be streamed here from today. Okay? So, again, as I usually say before I go, it's all about peace. It's all about love. It's all about one Guyana.
One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home, the only place I call home. Welcome to Guyana, land of 6 races, 6 different faces, and we all live in love. Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. Got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources. We don't need no forces, cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil too. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home, the only place I call home. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home, the only place I